Welcome everyone to CGTN's Media Challenger campaign. It is day 2 for our Media Challengers in the largest city here in central China, in the city of Wuhan. Of course, this is also the capital of Hubei province. We are currently at a place called Hubu Lane, all right? This is a very famous food street here in Wuhan. A lot of the locals come here, and of course we're here during the Mid-Autumn Festival holidays here in China. What's also interesting is that we're also here during the Hot Dry Noodles Festival in Wuhan. I'm going to tell you more about the hot dry noodles in just a second. But so far, it's been an action-packed 2 days. All right, we've seen the Yangtze River up close. This is otherwise known as the Mother River of China, of course. And through the perspective of the Yangtze, I feel like myself, our media challengers, we were really able to absorb tons and tons of the cultural elements, the historical elements of one of the most important rivers, actually not just in China, but in the entire world, right? The Yangtze, after all, is the 3rd longest river in the world. And also through the eyes of the Yangtze, we are able to see the economic development of Wuhan. Of course, this is a major city in central China. It is a huge transportation hub linking the north of China with the south of China, an important global player as well. And the Yangtze courses through Wuhan, dividing the city in half. And we can just see how the Yangtze really supports the city of Wuhan. We see the skyscrapers, the tall buildings lining up both sides of Wuhan through the Yangtze River. So a lot of economic development we see supported by the Yangtze River for Wuhan, all right? And of course, we've tried something called the hot dry noodles. Our media challengers tried it. This is, I would say, the most iconic dish for Wuhan, the most defining dish for Wuhan. It is a breakfast item, and the locals pretty much have it every single day. Again, you can just take a look around me. It's very, very busy. We tried our hand at hot dry noodles. It's very delicious. But more importantly, we have entered a segment of our competition called Snapstream. This is very fun. And how this part of the competition is designed is we want to keep our contestants, our challengers on their feet. It's designed, I would say, to make them feel just a little bit uncomfortable, to see how well they improvise, to see how well they think on their feet. So what happened is, you can see there are many, many food booths, all right? A lot of food booths here on this food lane, and each of our media challengers have received an assignment, one assignment for their specialized food booth, all right? And what's gonna happen is they don't know we're coming. They have no idea we're coming, and we are gonna suddenly put the spotlight on them, all right? So I'm gonna suddenly appear, our camera crew is suddenly gonna appear, I'm gonna put the mic in their face, the camera is gonna be in their face, and they're gonna have to go with the flow, improvise, and talk for 10 minutes straight. And everybody who's done live TV, or if you haven't, let me just tell you, 10 minutes of nonstop talking on live TV, that's a lot of talking, all right? So we're gonna see how well they think on their feet, how well they improvise on their feet. And my challenge right now is to try and find our first contestant. There's somewhere in one of these food booths on this food lane. So I'm gonna try and find them. And once I find them, the mic is theirs, all right? This is sort of like a baton. This is a baton for them. I'm gonna hand over the baton to our first media challenger, and they're gonna have to speak for 10 minutes, okay? So let me see if I can find them. Or you can just see all different kinds of foods here. You even have boiled lobster, okay? You have a boiled lobster here on the food street. I think it's amazing. You've got all kinds of noodles. You've got desserts. You've got pig trotters as well, all kinds of different skewers. I'm trying to find our first contestant right now. I don't see them in here. Oh, I see Jonathan. Jonathan is here at this place. It's a kind of a steamed dumpling place, I believe. Let's go check in with Jonathan. Jonathan, hi there. This is our media challenger, Jonathan.
Hi.
Welcome, a native of, I would say, Chengdu now. You've been in Chengdu for 23 years. You're here in this restaurant. Tell us about this restaurant. What have you learned? What's going on here?
Well, this is the restaurant I got chose. So
Here, hold on. Before you start, Jonathan, let me hand this over to you.
Okay.
The mic is yours. The camera is there. Go for it.
Hi, everybody. It's nice to talk to you today. This is the restaurant I got. We drew straws, and I was lucky enough to get this. I think it's probably the most famous restaurant here. It's also one of the larger ones, and it also has a huge interior for indoor seating. And as you can see, they have a large variety of what I would call our soup dumplings. They're kind of like baozi, but with a very thin outer layer, and then inside they have a lot of soup. So when you bite into them, you must be very careful not to spill out the soup, because that's a delicacy. And as you can see, they have the purple, I think it's taro maybe. They have corn. This is the purple taro. This is the corn. This is the cilantro flavored. This is the 5 flavor. This is also the 5 flavor. This is a shrimp filling soup dumpling. This is the original style. And this is the tomato dumpling. So there's a lot to choose from. Of course, there's other choices as well. I don't know if you can see the board, but when we order dishes in China at small shops like this, there's often these boards with movable things with names on them, most of them not in English, but it's out of convenience. So you could see what is in stock today, what is fresh today, and maybe what's the chef's choice for today. And it's a Chinese tradition, and I think it's just like a menu. And you can order here, or you can order there, or you can order here. But I think before we order, we should go talk to the owner so we can hear the story behind the soup dumplings. 让一下，谢谢。你姓什么？你在这儿开了多久啊？10年。10年。He's grabbing dumplings, which are the 5 color soup dumplings.
这个汤包是5种颜色，叫5彩汤包。所有的那个面皮都是蔬菜和水果汁做的。
So this is his gold medal winning tambao. It's 5 different flavors, and all of the outer coatings are either vegetable or fruit.
这个汤包在我们武汉市已经在全国的影响很深。这个牌子啊，这个牌子呢，这个5彩汤包获得国家金奖，春晚特别推荐，好吃老，是吧？国家金奖。这个蔡澜先生也来过。
So it's not only famous in Wuhan and the province of Hubei, but it's actually famous all around the country, and these are some of his medals.
这个汤包的特点，老少皆宜。
老少皆宜就是
老人小孩都可以吃。
So it's appropriate for anyone young to old.
对的，这个汤包最大的特点，它就是说，你看啊，汤包因为你们没吃，它轻轻提，慢慢移，先开窗再喝汤。 放上姜，一口光。
Okay, so he's explaining it in very artful terms, which makes it hard to translate. But for the local audience, well, the global audience, I should say, when you bite into it, it's got this. It's not just the filling, but it's got the soup. So it's just an experience that can't be missed.
汤包的精华归纳为8个字。
So in Chinese, this tanbao, the most important thing is 8 words in Chinese.
8个字是皮薄、
The thin skin,
汤多、
much soup.
肉润、
The meat is also soft, I think.
味鲜。
It's kind of salty.
对，武汉人对汤包是有情节的。
And it's the pride of Wuhan.
对，这就是武汉的特产。
And it's also a
有名的
specialty
小
in
吃
Wuhan.
著名的小吃。
Very famous in Wuhan. So I think we should give it a try. 陈老师，我能不能上一个？我要不就上一个这个五彩包子？
没问题。
汤包好。
尝一尝。
啊好。
在这个桌子上坐下来。
好。Can you follow me? Order.
不戴，取口罩可以吧？
可以取吧。So, it's very busy. It's hard to keep everything cleanliness. Now, Mr. Chen is not just the boss. He's joining me for a meal, so he has to take off his mask in order to eat with me. So I think it's important to point that out. So how did you learn to dumplings? 你怎么说做这么精彩的汤包？
我从小就喜欢这个东西。我8岁的时候，我父亲带我进一家包子店，吃到我人生以来最好的一个包子。
So he loved tanbao and baozi ever since 8 years old, when his father took him to a very, very famous tanbao baozi dian.
从那个时候，就在我心里播下了一个做汤包的种子。
So from that, he had the seed in his heart to do the best tanbao that he could.
60年后的今天，
And 60 years later,
华美五彩汤包的创始人就是我，陈华山。
and so he's 60 years later, he's the owner of his own brand, famous world, well, at least Chinese famous brand.
对，说汤包啊，它很讲究，它汤包的褶要大于18个。
大于18个。
对。
What does that mean?
你
这么说，这个怎么说？
我说武汉话，你听没听懂？
试一下。
汤包的褶，这上面的褶子一定不能低于18个。
So he explained it. So when you fold them on top, you have to have at least 18 folds. I think that's in order to keep the soup in the bao.
对，汤包它拿起来要抖动。
And when you pick it up, it has to be able to it can't leak, and it has to, you have to know, feel, and see, experience that you know there's liquid in there.
待会儿呢，我就把包子拿起来，告诉我们一起交流一下怎么吃它。吃汤包有口诀的。
Okay, so next we're going to try the tanbao and see how to experience it in the right way.
好，坐一下，我先拿过来。
好。So now he's going to get his world famous, or at least Chinese famous, tanbao. It's very good. It's very busy in here, so having the owner go get them himself, it's an honor. It really is. He's got a lot of workers in here helping him out, but he's taken the time with me. I feel very honored. It's after 60 years to be able to interview him. And it looks like he's coming from the other side of the counter, but today he's enjoying being on this side of the counter, just like a customer. Or maybe a service worker. And as you can see, they're very busy. And we're running out of time. So I hope he gets them over here in time so we can try them out. If not, maybe we'll do another episode. Oh, Lalo, Lalo. So he's coming. Wow.
来，我给你个。
Ah, 谢谢. So can you explain about?
对，吃包子它讲究的，要等那个盖子打开15秒钟以后开始才能吃包子。
Okay, so after you open the top, you have to wait at least 15 seconds.
对，你看这个包子的，首先轻轻提，
So you pick
慢
it up
慢移，
carefully.
这个是西红柿的，
So he takes the tomato one
放到勺子上面，
啊
露个边子出来，
onto the spoon.
对，和一下，吐到嘴边。
I put it.
我连贯说一下，轻轻提，慢慢移，开边窗，再和汤。
Oh, so he. How do you?
That's really hard to translate, by the way. That's
is it?
extremely hard to translate.
Okay, thank you.
But Jonathan, you
Yeah.
have used up your time and more.
Oh, really?
For the sake of the competition, we gotta leave.
Oh,
所以
I'm sorry.
谢谢老板，这个
But-
看着非常好吃，但是因为时间的这个限制原因，我们可能得先走了，对吧？非常好吃，看着啊。So soup dumplings, these are soup dumplings with different flavors. But Jonathan,
Yes.
you're gonna have to take the mic and give the baton to someone else. You gotta find
Okay.
our next media
Okay.
challenger, all right?
Thank you, Mr. Chen.
Thank you.
We'll
We'll be back for another episode next time. So apparently my time's up. It was so much introduction. I really wanted to let everyone know in the world Mr. Chen and his accomplishments over the last 60 years. He really is a master chef, or at least a master of Tang Bao. So I think we're running into one of my, how do you say, teammates. Oh, is that Cindy? Cindy, hi.
How are you doing?
Very good. Well, I'm finished, and my time I went overtime, so I have to give you the mic now. I'm sorry that I went overtime.
Okay,
But good luck.
The audience from overseas, here is Cindy, and now I'm at Wuhan, and I'm going to let you guys know all the things about Shuzhao paste noodle in soup. And now let's zoom in. The noodles in.
来一碗，你要萝卜花吗？
武汉，谢谢阿姨。阿姨你也过来吧，阿姨，阿姨，你跟我一起坐吧。我边吃，然后我问你一些问题。I'm going to taste it and ask more details about this 吃小 soup noodles in soup. 你坐一下，
你坐吧，
我们一起坐。阿姨，你坐着。
你吃吧，你吃
我就，你坐着嘛。
你吃吧，没事。把油条裹进去，
怎么裹？
放进去。
And we had to put the youtiao into it. Then it's more tasty.
拌一下。
拌一下。And we need to mix all the things in this bowl. Then it will taste better. 就这样可以吃。
再尝一下，哎，尝一下里面的味道。
And guys, I'm going to taste it now. 就这样可以吃了。
就这样。
I have to say it's quite different from the hot dry noodles that I had before. Like it's not, it doesn't need to go with hot oil, and it's not that spicy because although I'm from Jiangxi and I'm not a typical Jiangxinese, I cannot bear that things are too spicy. And for this one, I think it's my thing, and it's not spicy. I'm going to ask more information about this soup from her. 阿姨，我还要采访你出来，你不要进去嘛，不要怕，我们一起。
味道怎么样啊？
味道相当好。
哦，感谢感谢。
I already said it's very delicious, and I'm going to ask about a history of this noodle soup. 坐下来。
我不知道你说的什么，我不懂。
就说这个胡汤粉的历史。
历史啊，这个胡汤粉的历史。
慢一点，我把这句先翻一下，你先想一下，然后再说好吗？I'm going to tell you guys the history of this noodles.
这胡汤粉的历史，你来看一下吧，这个上面简介。
Now let's have a look.
哎，
这是
简介在这里。
来
这个
注明。
你看这上面这是这里面的来源。
And here are all the history of Husao soup noodles. You can see it's a very long word, and I will translate it for some main characters. It said there are many different things about these Hutang soup noodles, and it's in the early stage of it, it's more like a Wuhanese, and they will remind all the locals here that they live in Wuhan. 阿姨，这是谁写的？
这是胡同花，这是哪个写的？我都不知道。
哦，范定强是谁啊？
对。
And they has a very main character here, and she's going to tell us who wrote this for the Hutang soup noodles. 这是范定强是谁啊？阿姨？这个范定强题字的是谁啊？
水系的。
对，他的也是武汉的搞那个题的。
香港回来的一个武汉的客，在香港回来回味一下这个品味。
他提的字是吗？
哎，是的。
武汉的什么？
是，他是武汉人，他在香港出来，他回来吃这个胡汤粉的回味的那个原味，还是这样的，就这样的一个意思。一说我就想起来了，它的来源就是这样的。还是以前的个老味。
他是香港的人，然后来武汉。
他是武汉人。
他武汉人。
他在香港，他回武汉来尝这个味，还是这个味道，是以前的那个老味道。
Here is a very rich history about this Hutang soup, and Fan Dingqiang went to Hong Kong, but when he heading back to Wuhan, and he 是男的是吗？ He wrote this.
哎，他回武汉来了，来我们地里来尝这个胡汤。
How tasty the Hutang soup is, and now let's go out. And you can see all those rewards for the Hutang soup that has already got. there are a lot of rewards, and upon that you can see there is a very large board that's written by a very famous name in Wuhan. What I'm going to check out on this blackboard, you can see, and it's almost about all the good things about Wuhan soup. 哎，那个人是谁啊？那个声音。
合作欢啦，合作欢，合
作欢。
哎，合作欢。
He's 合作欢 that wrote on this blackboard for the Wuhan soup, and he's a very famous artist in Wuhan because I know that. And let's come back to the noodles. I haven't finished it because it's too hot, and I need time let it cooling down so that I can feel it better. 哎，你一起做吧。我
这让我看着你吃哈。
你看着我吃。
你要尝菌说，哇，真好吃。
It's very tasty, and we have got customer here, and I'm going to interview him. 啊，您好，您好。我可以采访您，您吃这个粉有什么感觉吗？
我还没吃呢。
你是第一次来武汉吗？
我不是老武汉，但是没有在这里吃过。
Okay, the gentleman here, he's a local in Wuhan, and he，你之前吃过吗？
之前我吃过天门的，非常正宗。武汉的我还没吃过，所以我一看我就是说，听到看到有那个胡汤粉，所以我马上进来了。
He said he had already eaten Hutang soup in other places, but not in Wuhan, and he wants to experience by his first hand here. And we are going to interview him about all the feelings about it. 这是你家人是吗？
这是
And here
我妈
are his families.
我儿子。来进来吃，我搞了4碗，来。
And they ordered 4 bowls of Hutang soup.
好，吃了再尝感受啊！来，坐这里。
And I'm going to interview the 4 customers.
吃了再尝啊！吃了再谈。
你们尝一下，看一下，告诉我一下味道。
你们在给他们做宣传是吧？
不是做宣传，就是告诉大家这个。
免费的还是有偿的？
免费有偿没事。And here I'm going to ask them about their feelings and feedback about Hutang soup in Wuhan. 来说一下，帅哥，你看一下。
尝一下，我给你做个宣传啊。
They said they are going to taste it and tell us the feeling, and also he is going to advertise for this Hutang soup noodles.
哎呦，带点辣味，带点那个胡椒粉。
怎么样啊？
可以，一般吧，一般。一般。
你觉得怎么样？
可以。
行。
可以。
They said they like it very much.
没有天门的还是，干不了天门的。
你说啥？
没有天门的，湖北天门的胡汤粉非常好吃。
也是湖北的是吗？
武汉的赶不上那个。
They said the flavors are different in Wuhan, different places of the Hutang soup. 你们应该把这个油条拌一起才刚好。
还淡的。
阿姨说的。
还淡的。
要把它。
我知道，它这个不是为了好像不与想象的那么好。反正中午饿了，在哪里吃样吃，我就所以，
They said it's a little bit light, so if you are if you don't like heavy things that have heavy flavor, then you can go and have a look at this Hutang soup and have a try. 那你们慢吃了。And we are going out from this Wuhan soup noodles, and had my microphone to my teamwork. Well, it's my team. We are going to find one of my team members. Here is him, and I'm going to hand over my microphone to her.
Okay, hi, thank you, Candy.
How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. I'm excited.
Fighting.
So hey guys, this is Jane, and you're now watching the live from CGT and Medium Challengers in Wuhan. And I'm so glad to be your company for the next 10 minutes. Actually, this is my first time here in Wuhan, and I'm pretty excited about everything. And luckily, we got the chance to try the typical Wuhan food, the hot dry noodles. But right now, I got a special mission, and I need to find a store called Jiangcheng Yanggongzi. It's a tricky one, but you can see there are lots of beautiful food, snacks, booths all around and both on the street side. But I just find it immediately because it's pretty obvious. And you can see, just follow me, and you can see the title here. We have Jiangcheng Yanggongzi here. And maybe I can get that. Why is it called Jiangcheng? Maybe it's because of the Yangtze River. But why is that Yanggongzi? Why is that praising Yang? And we all know we used to call a man with a higher society class we call them Gongzi. So why is that Yanggongzi? So it's our first question here. So let's just put it on hold and follow the second sentence. It's called Hubu Sanli. Maybe I can get the Hubu. It's because we are at the Hubu Alley. But what's the Sanli? What's the street gifts here? So it's another question. So maybe we can take these questions and get into the store and take a look. So just follow me. Sorry. So just follow me. So you can see it's not a big store, but it's not a big store, but it's pretty fancy. And we can see there are lots of Wuhan typical black ducks and collarbones and duck wings here. And we can see here the pretty beautiful and delicate rice wine, and also lots of course the hot dry noodles, of course, and some tea bags. And we can find the logo here, the Jiangcheng Yanggongzi logo here, and it's kind of a gesture in Asian time when we greet people. And we can see, we got a clue here. It's called 云片糕、樱花饼 and 糯米酒. Maybe these three are the three gifts of the Hubu Sanli, but we are not sure that 云片糕 is cloud pie, cherry pie, and the rice wine. And maybe we can just go. Here we got the packages of cherry pie and cloud pie, but we still don't know why. So maybe we can, just keep going and find out the answers of the questions. And, thank you. Thank you. So you can see the people here in Wuhan are very enthusiastic, and they have free samples here, and they offer the sanitary gloves and to support the anti-pandemic policy. So I'll just give it a try. It's pretty sticky, but it's not that sweet. But not that mild. The taste is pretty good. Enough. So maybe we'll just you find the owner and to let us know our questions. So are you the owner of this store? 您是这个店的店主是吗？
对。
我们可以面对这个镜头。So this is the owner of this Jiangcheng Yanggongzi. So we have our first question. Why is that Jiangcheng Yanggongzi? So 为什么就是咱们这个要叫洋公子呢？是江城是一定是因为长江对吗？
对。
那洋公子是为什么要叫洋公子呢？
我们江城洋公子这个品牌，经过几十年的沉淀，然后再经过2代人的这样一个积累。然后现在，在武汉市这边糕点的品牌里面，算是小有名气。
然后我们因为姓杨嘛，我的父亲和我，基本上都是对这个做糕的工艺，进行了精心的研究，然后再加上武汉市现在没有专业现在还在做云片糕的这样一个人了，基本上都是一些食品厂做的，那个口味跟我们那就差得很远，所以我们这个品牌叫杨公子，希望用我们的家族的名字来把这个糕点做一个传承。
Okay, 谢谢。So the owner is called Mr. Yang. So absolutely, it's his family business. This store has been here from his father. So what Mr. Yang has said, it's like a family business, and it has inherited from his older like the generation. And because Wuhan, they don't have like the special typical artificial yun pian gao like Mr. Yang said before, so they are like the first one and the only one, and they have their special techniques to make the yun pian gao. So we can see here where there's a machine. So the machine keeps moving and chop the huge one into thin pieces, and the color is pretty beautiful. And we have the small, I think, sesame and small colorful spots on it. And so, 杨老板，这个就是云片糕是吗？
对，这就是云片糕。
这就是我们3礼中的一个，对吗？
户部3礼之一的云片糕。
对，那正好您也给我们介绍为什么是户部3礼呢？
因为我们户部巷嘛，户部巷它是什么由来的？原来在这个地方，在古代吧，几百年前，有很多户部的官员住在这里，然后所以由此得名户部巷。然后户部应该很多熟读历史的朋友都知道，在现代的话是相当于是财政部和民政部，我们国家。那么民政部是跟民生相关联的，然后是比较接地气的。财政部就是管钱粮的。然后我们户部3礼的由来，首先第一个是要接地气。然后第二，作为财政部来讲，户部我们要尽量的用最小的事情办最大的事，这样为国家节约资源。然后这样，我们就推出了户部3礼。户部3礼的这3个东西，云片糕，糯米酒，还有那个樱花饼，这3个东西，我们的宗旨就是还原自然，就是说一切都是用比较自然的原料来做。你看云片糕就是一些米啊、一些糖啊、芝麻呀，然后果仁呐，还有一些桂花。然后糯米酒就是用糯米酿制的，然后加入了鲜花跟水果，所以它的口感也非常
健康，
对，非常好。然后樱花饼。樱花饼相当于现在是我们武汉的一个地标，每年的3、4月份，全国各地的游客会到武汉大学来欣赏樱花，因为武汉大学的樱花那个场景非常浪漫，又是在学校里面，给了大家一种既高雅又浪漫的感觉，所以我们就推出了户部3礼这3个东西，既不贵，然后又有地标的代表性，又接近民生。
好的，明白。
所以我们在大力的推广户部3礼，也希望大家从这个户部3礼能够认识我们武汉。
Okay. So what Mr. Yang just said, it's called Hubu Lane because Hubu in ancient China, it's like this is the place where the officials, the higher level officials live, the living place. So it's called Hubu Alley. And the 3 gifts, they choose the yun pian gao, quote pie, cherry pie, 樱花饼 cherry pie, and the 糯米酒rice wine into these 3 gifts. It's because they only choose the most natural materials to make into these 3 gifts and to show all around the people who are interested in Wuhan, who would like to bring souvenirs from Wuhan to their families and their friends. They only pick the most natural things, only offer the best. So let's thank the Mr. Yang and all his family's contribution to the Wuhan's food and Wuhan's special culture and all the economic development. And 所以您这儿的就是销售就基本上是，就是一个什么比例呢？
我们这边因为我们是一个老店， 然后也历经了几代人，它有几十年的这样一个沉淀，所以本地的顾客也占一部分。我们的这个销售占比大概就是外地的游客朋友们占6成，本地的父老乡亲占4成，4:6比。
好的，好的。So the main customers of this Jiangcheng Yanggongzi, the 60% of customers are from our tourists, and 40% of the rest are the local people in Wuhan. And I have actually interviewed Mr. Yang before because he said because of the pandemic, the actual selling total amount has been reduced a little bit. But thanks to the healthy government policy, everything's back into normal. So let's welcome people who are interested in Wuhan and people all around the world to get closer to Wuhan and to get to try all the best foods and delicious food in Wuhan. So thank you. Here's my live. Thank you. So let's follow me to find my another group members. Okay. Oh, I found you. So how are you, Enoch?
I'm doing good.
Oh, you already got your food here. So I'll pass this mic to you.
Thank you very much.
No worries at all.
Hi, thank you, Jane. Hi, everyone who is joining us online. This is live from CGTN Media Challenger. My name is Enoch Wong. I know you guys have 3 wonderful experiences just now, but you guys are in luck because this is going to be even better. So in front of me, I'm looking at this goldenly crispy. Let the camera take a look. Goldenly crispy, nutritious, and let's have a taste too. Look at this. This is really, really a good, decent portion. Very generous portion. Probably a little bit too big. This is a little bit embarrassing, but I'm going to speak with my mouth full. Anyone watching online, never do this. This is not good. So, this is called bean curd sheet or tofu skin, for those of us who don't know what it is. I also mentioned that it's free delicacy. So for those of us joining online, why don't you comment which free ingredient do you think is in this bean curd sheet or tofu skin, and we'll find out together. Let's go. I don't know what your answer is, but let's find out. 老板，这个是您家的对吗？对。So this is his store. So let's find out which of the three ingredients is. 特别好吃，老板。这个3鲜豆皮是哪3鲜呢？有竹笋、香菇、香干。再一遍，不好意思。竹笋、香菇、香干。啊 ，so it has mushroom, dry mushroom. It has rice, as you can see, as well as pork, as well as bamboo shoots. So very, very, very nutritious. So let's find out a little bit more about the history as well behind this. 老板，你可以介绍一下历史。这个店我看到就创起于1982年，你可以简单介绍一下这个店的来源等等的，怎么开始的吗？
这个只有我上一辈的才能。
哦，上一辈的嘛。
对。
是多少辈的一个传承来着？3倍。So this is very, very interesting. So the person in front of us is a 3rd generation of this owner here. So it started with his grandfather and then his father, and passing on all the way to him. So he looks quite young. So let's find out what a young person is doing with this amazingly delicious tofu skin. 我看到你挺年轻的，你可以介绍一下你多大
？19啊。
19 years old. So as a 19 years old, what interests him is what interests me. So 为什么你对这个为什么感兴趣，或为什么想做这个事情呢？
家里传的嘛，然后对这个比较感兴趣。
您觉得最有意思的是什么呢？
最有意思的，
是不是看您当时候看着你爸爸去，或者是你上一辈去做的时候，您觉得最感兴趣或者是最有意思的点是什么？为什么让您去继续想做下去呢？
就翻锅挺有意思的。
So he's 19 years old. So when his watch, what interests him the most is that when he watches dad doing this, it's about this rotating of the wok that he finds very, very interesting. 我也觉得很帅，你可以展示一下，我可以学一下，可以吗？好，I also think when I was watching this before, it's a very, very handsome move. So I, with his permission, he's going to teach me, and I'm going to give it a go. So give me a second. I'm going to go into the kitchen, and then he's going to teach me. 好，
我先把这个倒出来。
Okay. So currently, in order for him to teach me, he needs to have put the finished product first aside. Yes, please. That would be amazing.
I'll give it back to you after you're done.
Thank you. Look at this. This is goldenly crispy there. This is also a specialty, very, very special about Wuhan tofu skin. This is all perfectly sized, and one of the portion have around 3 of them as one portion, which I just took a huge bite of one of them. I also love the dazzling of spring onion to finish it off. "好，你要告诉我一下秘诀。
那我先把这个。
好，可以。人要吗？武汉豆腐皮10块一碗。来吧，支持一下。来，我来吧，我帮你一下啊。一份10块。好，3块就可以了，对吗？
好，食材付钱哦。
扫码在这里啊。必须要支持一下武汉的生意。
对。10块是吗
？10块。
OK， 谢谢。
您先尝一下，告诉我一下是怎么样。好，再来一份。看你那么帅，给个大块的给你。好，谢谢您支持，谢谢。好。
真的很好吃。
好。我也来一个吧。好。然后，好，打碎，对。So you need to make sure the yolk is broken. Look at this. This is professional, and he's only 19 years old. He's a fourth generation of this Wuhan tofu skin. 好，我来一下吧，我学一下。好，所以。手腕动，对吗？一边推一边动，对吗？可以吗？这样？手腕，这样，对，还行吧。This is actually much more difficult than it looks. You need to literally multitask. You need to rotate the wok while hitting the yolk, making sure it's distributed equally. I don't want to ruin this batch, so I'm going to give it back to the owner. 谢谢您，谢谢。好。So this is the comparison that we're seeing right now. 你可以怎么评价一下我刚才还行吧，或者说我还需要大概多少时间才能到你那么专业的一个程度呢？
还行，几天就可以到我这样。
几天？So the owner is very kind. He say I only need a few more days to get to where he is. I'm pretty sure it's at least months and years of hard work. So let me come outside and continue this live stream. Okay. So this is it. This is a 69-year-old. He's the 4th generation of the Wuhan tofu skin, Wuhan bean curd sheet. It's extremely tasty. We have had a look at 4 different amazing cuisine of local Wuhan snacks. We are literally standing on the street in the Hubei Lane. It is merely 150 meters long, but this is only one of the hundreds of stores and restaurants in Wuhan. I strongly encourage you, if you have not been to Wuhan, you have to come here as soon as possible and at least try one of the Wuhan food and support this amazing, heroic city that everyone in this country love and support. So I'm going to hand it back to the host. Thank you and goodbye for now.
Thanks for that, Enoch. I mean, you're a host yourself as well. I mean, I found it absolutely hilarious and amazing that you put the entire tofu skin in your mouth in one bite, right?
This is a novice.
Right. No, hold on. First of all, don't do that on live television, or you can do that and go viral, right? Because it was really fun.
Please
it was really
click,
fun.
likes, comments, and share this. If you have not followed CGTN, do so. And you will see more of me making a fool out of myself.
Or you can follow Enoch Wong on his social media accounts. That was hilarious. But I mean, yeah, this was 4 great cuisines. It's great to see a 4th generation person really carrying the craft, right? Generation after generation. So really good stuff. But let's remind ourselves, we have 6 media challengers. 4 of them are with us here in Wuhan, but 2 of them are joining us overseas. Both of them are based in Los Angeles. And then let's come to a quieter area, a quieter alley of the food street, and then we're going to check in with them. We've got Christine as well as Yuki online with us in LA in the US state of California, and they've been following us all throughout this entire journey, okay? They're clicking on that live link, following us overseas on our Facebook page, and then they've seen the entire process. So they're joining us via Zoom now. Let's take a look at their thoughts and then how they feel about this entire experience. Let me take this iPad right now. Yuki, Christine, that's probably a very fascinating experience for you guys. I just want to get your overall thoughts. So Yuki and Christine, if you can both unmute yourselves, that would be great. So we had soup dumplings, we had a type of noodle soup that had a thick sort of fish paste on it as well. We had tofu skin, and then we had a sticky rice cake. So let me put this iPad on my lap because it's a bit tiring to really talk while having this in my hand. But it's been quite an amazing experience for 4 media challengers, right here on the ground. But I want to get your thoughts on this. Let me first ask you this. So you knew that we were going to be on the Wuhan route of the Media Challenger program, and hopefully both of you have done some research on this very fascinating city, right? This is a very ancient city, but it's also a very modern city as well. So you have that really nice mesh, that continuum of history, right? Going from old and new, it's a high-tech hub, it's an advanced manufacturing hub right now. 1 out of 10 every vehicle made in China is made in this city as well. So my first question is going to be the same question to both of you. Christine, I'm going to start with you, and I'm going to give you 5 minutes to really sell Wuhan to the world. All right, so based on what you know about Wuhan, based on what you've seen so far, the research that you've done, hopefully you've done some research, and what you've seen throughout the 2 days, okay? Market Wuhan for us. You've got 5 minutes. The floor is yours. Okay, go for it.
You got me because I haven't done my research. So while I have these 5 minutes, I'm going to have to do my research. So let's just do that instead. So I guess the first thing that comes up when I Google Wuhan, it just says that it's the sprawling capital of central China's Hubei province. So I guess that's the first thing that I learned about this this city. Yeah, this you really put me on the spot right now because I haven't even had the time yet to look into the city, and what I've seen so far from, you know, like watching the live stream just now, it just looks like it's a very vibrant city. There's a lot of cuisine out there that I would love to try out. And you know, of course, it's been in the news like the past 2 years. Like, how do Europeans know about Wuhan? It's obviously because of the pandemic. So I think that the city has a lot more to offer than just, you know, like what we know about the city. So I think it's a great thing that we ended up in Wuhan of all places, like with our group. So I really appreciate that because it's going to give me at least the next couple of days, it's going to give me a good idea of what the city really is all about. And I would love to show other people what it has to offer. So that's going to be really, really nice the next few days. I also really enjoyed just watching the video of the cuisine and just like kind of like doing this live stream where all these people are just, you know, like it looks so, and I used the word before, vibrant, where there's so much going on. Like even when we logged into this whole thing this morning, when everyone was waking up and they had the hot dry noodles, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, that's like the one place I want to be at right now. Like, I don't want to be at my kitchen table every morning eating bread and Nutella like I always do. Like, I want to go out there and eat hot dry noodles. So yeah, you really sold me on this place, even though I don't really know a whole lot about the city just yet. I'm just very excited to learn a lot more about it. So thank you for this opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I think you touched on a great point, Christine, in terms of how we can really tell Wuhan's story to the world, right? Because this city, and all of our media challengers agree with your perspective, this city is much more than just about the pandemic, right? Yes, it had a tough year last year, but as you can all see, and I think our audience from all around the world can see, based on where we are in Wuhan, the food street, what they've seen in terms of when we were at the Yangtze River, when we are here in sort of the central area of Wuhan, everything is pretty much back to normal. It is back to normal. And I think Wuhan is back stronger than ever. You can see construction all over the city. We're seeing new subway lines being built as well, especially underneath the Yangtze, connecting the two banks of Wuhan. Like I said, the Yangtze River courses through Wuhan. It's separated by the river, but you're seeing construction on both banks across the Yangtze as well. So I think that's a great way to tell Wuhan's story. The pandemic is just a blip. It was just a blip. I mean, there are 0 cases in Wuhan, and the lockdown measures are very, very strict, right? So we did see the Delta variant here in Hubei province, but it was really locked down quite fast. So I think China is the only major country that was able to control the Delta variant at such a quick pace. And now there are 0 new cases in Wuhan, no matter what variant. And everybody here, that's why they can come out and enjoy, you know, the Mid-Autumn Festival, enjoy sort of the Hot Dry Noodle Festival, right? Okay, so Yuki, over to you. Sort of same question. If you've done your research on Wuhan, if you have 5 minutes to sort of really tell Wuhan's story to the world, sell Wuhan to the world, what would you say?
Okay, thank you so much. And actually, I've never been to Wuhan before, and this has been a really great opportunity for me to learn more about Wuhan. And in the past, I've only known Wuhan through my history classes and also in the news. But like this time, like watching this live stream has really given me an opportunity to see what Wuhan is actually like. And I must say that it's really impressive. And to me, what makes Wuhan such unique and what makes it different every day is really the people and the culture here. So as we just seen, the owner of the soup dumpling store, he's really specific about like how a soup dumpling should be made like appropriately. So I think his pursuit of perfection, his devotion to this culture, his line of business is really impressive, and it's all very fascinating. And I also really love how all the people there are really welcoming. So they're like very proud in their culture, and they are very proud to pass on this from generations to generations. And they are very happy to tell the world all about it. And I think that's also what makes it so special and what makes people really love it there. And also, I think the vibe there, it's just super exciting and makes people really want to visit. And also the food is so great. It looks so good. I really wish I could be there and try it myself. I have to do it when I get back to China. And I just want to say Wuhan has surprised me with a lot of its different cultures, its people, and I'd love to know more about it in the coming days. And I hope everyone else will feel the same way and we can all learn more about Wuhan. That's it for
Great,
my...
sounds good.
We really hope there was smell-o-vision, right? Where we can
really hope there was
really relay the smell of Wuhan over to you. It is such a fragrant smell, sort of delicacies from all over the country as well, and here in Wuhan. I mean, we have the Media Challenger team here assembled all together, and we're a bit out of time, but we're going to say goodbye for now, and hopefully we're going to check in with Christine and Yuki again very, very soon. But that's going to end this part of the competition, our Snap Stream competition, and hopefully we'll check in with all of our audiences wherever you are around the world in the next leg of our CGTN Media Challenger program. Goodbye from Wuhan for now.